Hey guys, welcome back to Elvis Car Reviews. I hope that every single one of you is having a beautiful day. In today's video, we are going to review a 2019 Mercedes A220 4Matic. Now, a few days ago, I reviewed a 2021 Audi A3. And I said in that video, one of the main competitors of the Audi A3 is the Mercedes A220. Another car that competes with this vehicle is the BMW 2 Series. Now, I know looks are subjective, but I personally believe that the Audi A3 looks better. But we will see if there is any other area where the Mercedes can redeem itself. I think the Audi A3 looks better, second by the Mercedes A-Class, and then third by the BMW 2 Series. That's just my take. You might feel different. So let's talk about the spec of this vehicle. The Mercedes A220 comes equipped with a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine making 188 horsepower and 221 pound-feet of torque. All that paired to a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission, and like in this trim, you can option it with all-wheel drive. The base model actually comes with front-wheel drive. And the MSRP of the vehicle is about $33,500, which is slightly more expensive, I believe, than the Audi A3. So this is technically the cheapest brand new Mercedes-Benz you can buy. In this video, we're gonna find out if this car, being the cheapest, makes you feel cheap, or rather you get the best bang for your buck. So let's move on to the interior of this vehicle. At first glance, I can say that the interior of this vehicle looks better than the Audi A3. That actually was one of my complaints when I reviewed that Audi. It looks nice, it drove great, but the interior was too simple, it was too plain looking. But this one has a more premium look to it, has a more premium feel. So let's turn it on. You have the traditional start button. And this car makes a iPhone-like sound when you turn it on. It's pretty much like a giant computer. You have this beautiful Mercedes MB.
How can I help you?
Yeah, this is one of the downside. Every time you say Mercedes.
Matthew David Morris, better known as Matty B. Raps, is an American singer, songwriter, rapper, actor, and dancer known for posting remix videos of popular music on YouTube.
Okay, so you kind of have the Siri version of this car that must not be named. Because every time you say its name, it will interrupt you. So you have this excellent MBUX system, which, I mean, it feels very immersive. Driving around, looking at these screens, I think Mercedes did a great job with just this presentation. This alone takes the crown, like make this car takes the crown as far as interior beauty. Now, I haven't driven the 2 Series, so I might wait until I drive that to, I might wait until I drive that. Oh my God. I didn't even say Mercedes. I might wait until I drive that to be able to tell you guys how it compares, but I've already driven the A3, and I can tell you I'm a big fan of this interior. Also, in a few minutes, I'm gonna check out the interior, the back space. You can't even do a review without this MBUX system interfering. I will check out the back seat space to see if I fit comfortably in there. A lot of people actually ask questions when Mercedes brought this car over to the US. I mean, this is the fourth generation A-Class, but the first one to be shipped to America. A lot of people ask questions, why bring the A-Class here? We already have the CLA. Well, the reason is this car actually has more space in the back than the CLA, because the CLA is a more coupe version and this is a traditional sedan. I don't mind them bringing this car here, and the C-Class keep getting bigger and bigger, so we kind of needed something to be what the C-Class used to be a few years ago. And I believe that's what Mercedes accomplished with this vehicle. So I'm gonna set this car to my normal driving position, and then go in the back and try to sit. This is me sitting behind myself. I don't have that much headroom. I think the Audi A3 has more headroom than the Mercedes A220, but I do have, I won't call it decent, but I do have some knee room here in the back, and the floor is flat, so you can put your feet underneath the driver's chair. So overall, it isn't a great space to be back here, but you know, it will accommodate for small distances. Let's have some fun with the MBUX first. I was told that this car works in multiple language, so I'm gonna try to switch it to French because I'm fluent in French, and see if it will understand me. Let's try English first. Hey Mercedes.
How can I help you?
I'm cold.
I'm setting the temperature to 68 degrees.
Hey Mercedes. Hey Mercedes.
How can I help you?
What time is it?
It is 3:26 p.m.
Hey Mercedes.
How can I help you?
How old are you?
I'm not really keeping track.
Ah, that's a good answer. System. Time and date. Okay, language. Language. I'm gonna go to French. So now I changed the car to French. Let's try. Bonjour Mercedes.
Oui, s'il vous plaît.
J'ai chaud.
Ok. Je règle la température sur 66 degrés.
This is awesome. I mean, not only speaks French, it speaks French with the French accent, not like Canadian or people from Haiti. He actually speaks French with the French accent. I love it. Hey Mercedes,
Oui, s'il vous plaît.
tu peux m'emmener à la station d'essence?
Indiquez le nom de la station.
Sonoco Station.
Pardon?
Sonoco Station.
Vous pouvez sélectionner une station ou une chaîne en indiquant son nom.
D'accord, merci. So I just asked
Souhaitez-vous?
nothing. I just asked the car, can you take me to a gas station? He asked me which station. Actually, he thought about radio station rather than gas station. Well, I mean, again, the system is still not perfect, but this is awesome. Let me try Spanish. I don't really speak Spanish, but you know, let me butcher the language. Put it in Spanish. How do you say I'm cold in Spanish? Hey, don't laugh. You know what? Let me use the real thing. Hey Siri. How do you say I'm cold in Spanish?
In Spanish, I'm cold is tengo frío.
Perfect. Hey Siri. Oh, actually, no, not you. Hey, hola Mercedes.
¿Sí?
Tengo frío.
Temperatura regulada a 68 grados.
This is just incredible. So I'm gonna put it back in English, so the owner of this vehicle won't be surprised that this car talked to him in Spanish. So it's time to take the 2019 Mercedes A220 for a ride. So this car feels very light on its feet, easily maneuverable, similar to the A3 to be honest. I have a better visibility with this car. I kind of feel seats slightly higher than the A3, and I can see much better in front of me. Not that the A3 has a problem with visibility, it's just that the A220 gives you a better sitting position. Check out the car's turning radius. It is very good actually for a small, I mean it's a small car, so it should be good. I see the big brother A-Class going, so I'm gonna go over this snow. Actually no, I didn't know this was a two-way road. So just driving it around here in the parking lot. Yeah, this car is a very small turning circle. That's pretty cool. And right now I'm on comfort mode, so let me try to move it to sport mode and see how the car will behave. Okay, I'm in sport mode right now. And, let's try to punch this thing. Okay, this car has 221 pound-feet of torque, and you can really feel it. Press the gas and it's really pulling. Okay. Wow, not bad at all. And the car holds on to the gear longer, obviously because I'm on sport mode. Wow, what is causing all this traffic? Okay. This is a fun and zippy little car. But I think the ratio between the torque and the power gives this car the punch you want to get going. But to keep going, that's why, because I mean the torque gets you going, the power keeps you going. So in cars like this, all you really need is to be able to get going with a punch, because you're not gonna do 150 miles per hour in this thing. You can, but you're not gonna do it. I believe this car is limited to 130. I have to double check on that. That's one of the information I didn't read from the book before starting this review. But overall, like I said, you know, I love the ride of this vehicle. It rides pretty nice. The transmission is very responsive, holds the gear when you want, where you want them to be, and have some decent pull thanks to the 221 pound-feet of torque. Who buys a Mercedes and watch over their gas spending? This car actually has a combined fuel economy of 24 miles per gallon, pretty similar with the Audi A3. As far as ride, it's weird to say, but this car feels a little sportier than the A3 for some reason. The A3, the one I drove was the A3 45 S-Line, so it had a little more power than this. But this car, because it has 221 pound-feet of torque, feels punchier. On paper, this car 0 to 60 is lower than the Audi A3 0 to 60, but driving it, you don't feel it. You know, the car feels punchy enough, and I think it's a great day-to-day vehicle. I mean, it's a great point A to point B vehicle. One of the things I was so keen to figure out was, because this is the cheapest Mercedes you can buy, will it feel cheap to drive? The answer is no. There's nothing that feels cheap here. There's nothing that makes you feel cheap. Obviously there is some hard plastic here and there, but they also have some soft touching material almost everywhere. So it kind of balance. You kind of pay what you... Yeah, this is not good. The car is in sport and it's kind of behaving weird. So I mean, if you're not intending to drive it, you know, to have some spirited driving, put it back to normal because the transmission will be jerky. I mean, it will hold the gear unnecessarily. So make sure to keep it in sport if you're not trying to drive spiritedly. So like I said, overall, to conclude this video, I'll say the A220 is a very, very good car that has its place in today's market. Because at the beginning of the video, I asked myself the question to answer if the A220 had a place because you know, because of the CLA that already exists. But after driving it, I believe yes. Why? Because it has more space than the CLA. That alone should justify its existence. It has more space than the CLA. I think it's a little more comfortable. I drove a CLA, but it was a CLA 45 a few years ago. I was trying to buy one, but that was harsh. I mean, the ride was harsh. So I can't really compare the ride of that car to this one. But this one feels, you know, feels nice. It rides very good. I think this car can do, you know, can be a very good daily driver. It does day-to-day activity great. It has a decent sized boot, decent space inside that can carry 4 adults, you know, 5'9", 5'10", 5'11". Though 5'11" or 6 feet, you will have some problem with the headroom back there. But as a driver, even if you're 6 feet, you will fit with no problem. You have this giant sunroof. I mean, panoramic sunroof. Very, very good visibility. I mean, the steering wheel is very responsive, and then the car behaves according to the driving configuration you put it in. So if you put it in sport mode, it will really behave like a sport vehicle. If you put it in normal mode, it will just glide around. So it's the cheapest Mercedes you can buy. Does it feel cheap? No. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, again, give it a like, subscribe, comment, share the video, and yes,